Hey YouTube, T-Mac 91684. Well, this is my Rustler. I'd probably have to say I'm probably about 95% done with it. I just painted the new body. I did, it's white, yeah, Geo Stealth has one, Draven has a white one, a bunch of people have one, but I love white, and this is actually it's actually a pearl white. Let me see if I can get a better shot here. There you go. Kind of focus in there for you. It's from Pactra. I don't remember the part number, but I think it was actually it was RC, I think 276. That's the part number. But I mean, this thing, I mean, look, you could just see that as I move the camera. It is just awesome. What a beautiful color. I love that color. So, and then my Jaco Foams, as you can see that, and the back. You guys have already seen all of the inside, but put the Traxxas sticker up there. There's the front. Okay, so in my previous video, I had the stick of weights. I didn't put it in that video, but obviously now, as you can see, I put them in. These are just regular tire balancing weights that I got, actually from Pet Boys. Actually, I walk in, the guy just, he was actually another RC enthusiast, so he just gave me like 4 pounds worth of weight. He was like, "Here you go." So he just gave them to me, which is really cool. So that's that. Definitely the next thing, sometime soon, as you could see, I still have the original bulkhead, which I had totally forgot about it. It's one of those things that you really don't think about. You always think about the shocks and, A-arms, wheels, paint job, motor, ESC, blah, blah, blah. You kind of forget about the bulkhead. I did anyway. So I'm going to go with an N2G aluminum bulkhead, most likely blue, either blue or silver, to match my gear case in the back. So we'll go with that. Just kind of a little. There's my series connector that I soldered up. 10 gauge wire, probably a little overkill, but it's 10 gauge wire on the ESC, so figured. But it's only 12 gauge on the battery wire. But oh well, no big deal. So there's that. Oh, I did get at a cable. It's called Cables and Connectors. It's like an electrical place. This stuff is called I call it Expando. Basically, it's just something. It's like a wrap, soft wrap that when you bring it together, it expands. When you pull it apart, it gets tight. So I got that just to kind of protect the wires and stuff. I don't know, especially right here too, like where the shock is, vibration and stuff. I don't want it to wear out the wires. I did copy Geo Stealth R1. As you can see, I put the RPM stickers on the drive shaft. I thought that was really cool. I think it's a really neat touch. So I was like, all right, that's cool. I like that. So I did that. One thing I definitely, I think it was last weekend or 2 weeks ago, I did some runs, and my pinion gear kept coming off. It must have came off probably 2-3 times. The set screw would just back off, and this would just either slide out or slide in. It never came off, thank God. But because these gears are like $15, $16. It's not like the Traxxas ones where they're only like $3, and if you lose it, not that big of a deal, but you know, I put Loctite on it. I didn't even think of it, and you know, I asked GeoSouth, and he's like, yeah, just, you know, use Loctite. So I did that. I used the blue. I did not use the red. The blue holds up pretty nice, especially if you want to take it back off again. It's easy. The red is really, it's more for like a permanent fix, and then you have to heat it up, you know, to remove it if you ever have to replace your gear or something like that. So, you know, I think just the added security of the Loctite is definitely a big difference. So there's that. Obviously, I think you guys have pretty much seen the rest. Going back to the paint job, I did put blue masking tape around where the holes go. Okay, just to kind of like protect it a little bit more. This paint, it's a two-part paint. Okay, you know, you have to get two different cans. You have to get it's a pearl white. The cap is almost like a clear color, and then you see some sparkle on the cap. That's your pearl white. That's your top coat, we'll call that. You spray that on. Spray light coats. Okay, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to go too crazy with it. I did about 4 coats. My first 2 were kind of light, and then my third and fourth I laid it on pretty thick. So you want to do that, let that dry, and then you have to go with I believe it's part number RC290, which is called an opaque white, which is your backing color. Okay, and it'll also say it right on the can. Okay, again, it's a backing color, and that's what you want to put on after you sprayed. Okay, because when you spray it, it's still gonna, you know, you're still, it's gonna be clear. You know, you're gonna be like, well, what the heck? You know, it's not really covering, but that's the way it's supposed to be. And then you use the white, and it just completely, it changes everything. So as you can see, there isn't really, so I can go into the light here. There isn't a sheen to it. Okay, which is that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so again, opaque white RC290. If you want to double check me, you can. Just, you know, go on there, just Google Pactra RC paint. You'll find testers.com, I think, and it'll be on there. All the part numbers, everything on there. My local hobby shop had all this paint in stock, so I really want. I've been looking forward to finding this pearl white. I know Tamiya has the pearl white, but it's, you know, it's either for the plastics and not for the polycarbonate bodies. And on Tower Hobbies they have it, but it's like it's been back ordered, and you know they you know, they don't really have a really neat ETA. So I'm really glad I was able to find that paint. I love that pearl white. So, and then obviously the white wheels again, and so forth. So blue zip ties to kind of match the blue everything else. So, and I did actually, I forgot that I wanted to mention to you guys, I did end up picking up a camber gauge, okay, from RPM. I believe it's part number 70992 or 995, one of those two, I don't remember. It's called a precision camber gauge, alright, and that, you know, I used it, and it is awesome. It is so easy to use. You know, you just set on the gauge, you know, it has, you know, 0 degrees, and then you have, you know, negative and positive camber, so forth. So I just, you know, you just set it right up. You know, you put it, you know, you lay it flat. You bounce it up and down a little bit, you know, a couple times just to get the suspension settled, and you know, and you put all your weight in it. You put your batteries, like as if you're going to use it. Okay, you get everything all set, and then you just, you know, the gauge is kind of like a, you know, it's like a swing two-part gauge kind of thing, and you put the gauge up to the wheels, and you know, both top and bottom of the wheels have to be touching the gauge, and that's when you know that you're at that you know, -1 to your -1, or you know, whatever you're going to be running. So, you know, I did it to all 4. So I did that. The toe for both front wheels, the toe in, You know, I towed them in a little bit, so they're pretty much dead on. So, but that's pretty much about it. So my next video is probably going to be on the Intigi bulkhead. Go with something like that, and then we'll go from there. See what else I can find, and stick it on here. So, and it's kind of a shame. I don't even want to use it now because it's just so pretty. You know, it's probably never going to look this good again. So, that's it there. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and like I said, stay tuned. Please comment, you know, subscribe, friend me up, whatever, and I'll, you know, I can share whatever information I have, I'll share it with you. So, alright guys, have a good one.